Mark Zuckerberg just fired 15,000 people, and Wall Street loved it. Meta's stock jumped 3% the day the layoff news broke. Investors celebrated. Trading forums lit up with predictions of a 10% rally. One person wrote, quote, "The goal is a lean, AI-assisted workforce where manager-to-employee ratios could hit 1 to 50. One manager for every 50 workers." Here's what nobody's saying out loud. Meta isn't cutting jobs because it's struggling. It's cutting jobs because AI made those people obsolete. And the company just committed to spending up to $135 billion this year to make even more workers obsolete. This is the biggest AI-driven workforce purge in tech history, and it's just getting started. Let me show you what's really happening. Meta calls it efficiency. The rest of us call it what it is. The company plans to eliminate 1 in every 5 employees, nearly 16,000 workers. That's more people than live in most small towns. Gone. This isn't a recession-driven panic cut. Meta's revenue is fine. Its ad business is growing. The company just posted strong earnings in January. So why the mass firing? Mark Zuckerberg said it himself in a Facebook post. "We're starting to see projects that used to require big teams now be accomplished by a single, very talented person. One person. Where there used to be teams." Meta's chief financial officer went further. She said, "Power users of AI tools saw their output increase 80% year over year." The company saw a big jump in what they call agentic AI tool usage in the last quarter of 2025, and she expects those productivity gains to accelerate in the first half of 2026. Translation: AI is doing the work now. Humans are redundant. But here's where it gets dark. Meta is firing these workers to pay for the AI that replaced them. The company is spending between $115 and $135 billion this year on AI infrastructure. Data centers, GPU clusters, cloud capacity. That's double what it spent last year. Meta also just signed a $27 billion deal with a company called Nebius for cloud computing services. It committed to spending $600 billion by 2028 on AI infrastructure alone. And it's not working. Despite all that spending, Meta still hasn't built an AI model that can compete with OpenAI, Anthropic, or Google. The company's been working on a new model called Avocado. Internal reports say it's lagging expectations. It's not good enough. So, Meta is stuck. It's hemorrhaging cash on an AI arms race it's losing. And the only way to keep Wall Street happy is to cut costs somewhere else. Enter the layoffs. Analysts at Rosenblatt Securities estimated that cutting 20% of the workforce saves Meta about $6 billion. That's a 5% boost to core earnings. Just enough to offset the AI spending binge and keep investors from panicking. One analyst at Jefferies put it bluntly: if Meta is willing to reduce headcount at this scale while ramping AI investment, it signals a broader shift. AI is increasingly driving productivity. Notice the framing. AI is driving productivity, not people are losing their jobs, not families are losing their income. Productivity. And Wall Street ate it up. Here's the most disturbing part. This isn't even about Meta anymore. Jack Dorsey's company Block fired 4,000 workers in February, 40% of the entire company. Dorsey explicitly said it was because of AI. He said the technology has changed what it means to build and run a company. Amazon cut 16,000 jobs in January. Oracle reportedly laid off up to 30,000 people in April via a 6 a.m. email signed Oracle Leadership. No executive name, just leadership. Since November 2025, more than 61,000 tech workers have been fired, with AI explicitly cited as the reason. And here's the kicker. Investors love it, every single time. Meta's stock jumped 3% on layoff rumors. Block stock didn't crash when Dorsey fired half the company. Amazon is still valued in the trillions. The pattern is clear. Fire people. Blame AI. Watch your stock price rise. Some are calling it the AI productivity revolution. Others are calling it what it really is: using AI as a politically convenient excuse for mass layoffs that were coming anyway. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said it out loud last month. He said, "Some companies are using AI as cover for cuts they would have made regardless. But does it matter? Whether the layoffs are real or just rebranded cost-cutting, the result is the same. Tens of thousands of people are out of work, and the companies doing the firing are being rewarded for it." Let's talk about what Meta is actually building with that $135 billion. Not much. The company poached the CEO of a firm called Scale AI last year. It paid $14.3 billion for the company, then hired away the CEO and his top engineers. It's forming what Zuckerberg calls a super intelligence team, offering compensation packages worth hundreds of millions of dollars over 4 years to court AI researchers.
Meta even bought a Chinese AI startup called Manus for at least $2 billion, according to Reuters.
And what does Meta have to show for it? A model called Avocado that can't keep up with the competition. Meanwhile, the company's free cash flow is projected to drop 75% this year, from $44 billion in 2025 to around $11 billion in 2026. That's not a typo. 75%. So Meta is burning through cash to build AI it can't get right, and it's firing thousands of people to pay for it. The irony is suffocating. The workers who built Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are being replaced by machines that don't work as well as promised. Here's what really keeps me up at night. This isn't just about Meta. This is the blueprint. Every major tech company is watching. If Meta can cut 20% of its workforce, blame AI, and see its stock price rise, why wouldn't everyone else do the same? We're not talking about a few thousand jobs here and there. We're talking about a systemic restructuring of the entire labor market. And it's happening in real time. One trading forum user said it perfectly. The market will quickly see through companies using AI as camouflage. Will it though? Because so far, the market is rewarding this behavior. Investors see layoffs as efficiency. Shareholders see smaller teams as higher margins. And executives see AI as a way to cut costs without taking the blame. The phrase AI-driven productivity is just corporate speak for "we don't need you anymore." And the scariest part? It's working. Meta's 2023 layoffs eliminated 20,000 jobs. The stock returned 194% that year, the best performance in Meta's history. So of course they're doing it again. Let me be clear about something. I'm not anti-AI. I'm anti the lie. The lie is that this is about innovation, that this is about building the future, that this is about making better products. No. This is about maximizing profit. This is about appeasing investors. This is about executives hitting their quarterly targets. If Meta actually cared about building revolutionary AI, it wouldn't be firing the people who know how the company works. It wouldn't be gutting entire divisions. It wouldn't be cutting 1 in 5 employees while the CEO talks about personal superintelligence. This is financial engineering disguised as technological progress. And we're all supposed to nod along and pretend it's inevitable. Pretend it's just the way things work. Pretend that firing 15,000 people is somehow visionary. It's not. Here's the uncomfortable truth. AI isn't replacing jobs because it's better. It's replacing jobs because it's cheaper. And companies like Meta have convinced investors that cheaper is the same thing as better. But productivity isn't up. Output quality isn't improving. Customer satisfaction isn't skyrocketing. What's happening is that work that used to be done by 10 people is now being done by one person with an AI tool. And that one person is working twice as hard for the same pay. Meta's own executives admitted it. Power users of AI tools saw 80% increases in output. That doesn't mean the AI is doing the work. It means the humans left behind are being squeezed harder. And when those humans burn out, there's always another round of layoffs. So what happens next? Meta hasn't set an official date for the cuts. The company called the Reuters report speculative and theoretical. But internal sources say top executives have already told senior leaders to start planning. The axe is coming. It's just a question of when. And every other tech company is watching. If Meta can pull this off, the floodgates open. We're not talking about the end of jobs. We're talking about the end of the employment model as we know it. Smaller teams, higher pressure. AI doing just enough work to justify mass firings, but not enough to actually replace human creativity. This is the future Meta is building. Not with AI, with fear. Because that's what this really is. A message to every worker in tech. You're expendable. Your expertise doesn't matter. Your years of service don't matter. If an AI tool can do 80% of what you do, you're gone. And Wall Street will cheer. Mark Zuckerberg is betting $135 billion that AI is the future. But he's firing 15,000 people who could have built that future. That should tell you everything you need to know. This isn't innovation, it's extraction. And the people paying the price aren't the investors. They're making money. The people paying the price are the workers who built the empire. And now they're being told the empire doesn't need them anymore. So next time you see a headline about Meta's AI revolution, remember what it cost. 15,000 jobs. Families, careers, lives. Also, Mark Zuckerberg can chase a superintelligence he doesn't have. And Wall Street couldn't be happier. If you liked the video, please click on the like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.